I just don't have time to work. Who does?
I know. The 40-hour work week should be illegal. It should be like 32.
Yeah.
32
Yes, I think
hours
that's what
a
it
week is doable. Yeah, like that makes so much sense. 32 versus 40 is such a huge difference when you think about what you do in a day. I petition for a 32-hour full-time work week.
I will be the first person to sign.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Physio Diaries podcast. We are your co-hosts, Dr. Melanie Ziaziaris
and Dr. Alice Koshevatskiy, where students, healthcare professionals, and wellness junkies come to get the inside scoop of the healthcare and wellness industry.
The podcast you didn't know you needed, by your favorite travel physical therapist.
All right, what is up, physio friends? Welcome back to our break room talk segment where we just catch up, update you on life, and just like girls talk. Before we get started, we want to ask you guys if you can please give us a rating, review, anything that really helps our podcast grow so we can do more, get you more guests, and just really do more with this podcast that we have plans for. Preferably 5 stars because we are 5-star girlies, but any review helps us out. So thank you again in advance, and
Yes,
we will, get started. So what's up?
I feel like, I don't even remember the last time we did our break room talk segment.
I know.
It feels like 4 weeks feels like 8 months because
Literally.
it's just, I'm like, so much has happened and we have so much to debrief on work-wise, life-wise, everything.
Literally so much. I'm like, where do we start?
Where do we even start? I don't even know.
Yeah. Oh, I did want to say something. I was swearing a lot in the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to apologize because I didn't really think about it. And then listening to it, I was like, dang, I really swore a lot. And then my boyfriend was even like, you were really swearing a lot that episode. And I was like,
just feel very strongly about what we were talking about in the medical system and the state of the medical system. But it's funny because Mel does the editing for the podcast. And I didn't notice, to be honest. Like, I didn't notice. But that's hilarious. I saw you write that on the note. And I'm like, I know that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I guess I should be a little more professional, but like, also, let's be fucking for real.
Yeah, we're serious, and it just adds that emphasis of how strongly we think about these things. But
okay.
Yeah, let's see. Do you think we can make it without swearing once this entire episode?
Try.
Let's try it.
Okay. Let's try it.
Okay. Ooh, now it's just gonna come out now.
Okay, let's start travel-wise, because we both have traveled since the last time we did our Breaker Talks episode. I went to San Francisco and I loved it so much. I've been to LA multiple times and, LA is just a different vibe. I'm very much a Chicago, New York type of city person. Like, I like that vibe, and LA just doesn't do it for me. I've even been to Malibu and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is pretty, but like, would I ever want to live here? Absolutely not. I was like, is this really what it is? It's just land and woods and beach.
Yeah.
And far car rides.
I know, like far driving and lots of traffic.
Yeah. And San Francisco felt like a mini Chicago with a little twist to it. It was so cute, so much like personality, so colorful, so much culture, energy, all of the things so walkable. Like, I loved it.
Yes, it's actually funny because I went to San Francisco on the way to this was 7 weeks ago. It was like 2 months ago, but feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
And I loved it so much too. I feel like San Fran gets a bad reputation because they're like, oh my God, the homeless issue is really bad there. And it's like
expensive.
It is really expensive. It is.
Yeah.
But it was so beautiful.
So beautiful.
And yeah, just gorgeous. Like, the parks are beautiful. The food is great.
Amazing. We literally had every type of Asian cuisine you could have. Like,
yeah.
So much.
That sounds amazing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. My boyfriend's mom lives an hour-ish away. So we went there for the day and I loved it. Like, people hate on San Francisco, but I think it's a great city. Yeah. You'll see when you visit Seattle. Seattle's like, hopefully you'll get it on a nice day in April. But Seattle is like the mini version, I feel like, of San Fran. San Fran's better. But Seattle's pretty cool too. The food scene's not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah, San Fran is great. And there's beautiful parks. Like, the Golden Gate Bridge is stunning.
Golden Gate Park even.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it was really nice. We like walked through Golden Gate Park and went to the suture baths and did a lot of Twin Peaks, did a lot of nature stuff. But, you know, did a little partying and
fun.
a
Yeah,
little bit of
get you a girl
everything.
that can do both.
Yeah, and did the trip right before my flight with the Korean spa. It was great.
Oh, nice. Did you do any workout classes while you were there?
I did a yoga class.
Nice.
Yeah, with my
Fun.
cousin. Yes. Oh my God, you guys,
Yeah.
listen to this
Your
story.
long lost cousin.
Yes. Anyone who's like more foreign and doesn't really have much family in the United States, you could definitely relate to this. But I legit have like no family here. Like it's really just my mom, and I do have an aunt and uncle, but they don't live like in Chicago. And, you know, it's really just my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's all I got in the United States. All of my family is in Australia and Greece. So I have a cousin from Australia that just moved to San Francisco with her husband for her husband's job. She got a job here too, but in November. So we've like been connected through like Facebook, social media, and have like never met. She's 30, so like similar age range. And we met for the first time when I was in San Francisco. And it was crazy. We like clicked so much too. It was just so weird because it didn't feel like we never met.
Or second or third?
Grandpas or brothers.
Okay, so second, right?
I guess.
I don't know.
No,
Whatever.
I have no idea how that stuff works. Second or third, but whatever.
Yeah, something. Y'all are related.
Yeah, so we were so similar. We like ate the same types of foods. We like did the same types of things. It was really scary, kind of. It's like, wow.
You are me. I am you.
Yeah. But it was so fun and so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, we went to yoga together too.
Yeah. Fun. Yeah,
Yes.
no, it looked like you got good weather there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, San Fran is great.
It was.
And I love California.
Highly recommend San Fran. Like I would definitely go to San Fran over LA any day.
Oh yeah. I don't think like a lot of people honestly like LA.
I don't get it.
No. And like even like Hollywood area, I'm like, ugh, you know.
Doesn't do it for me.
Pretty, but it's not like, I don't know, it doesn't, I think it gets too hyped up personally.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Like it's pretty, but like other places are pretty too. But anyway, your travel.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I went to Arizona. Was that the weekend that you went to San Fran or the weekend after? I think it was the weekend after.
Yeah, because I had my rotting weekend when you were in Arizona.
Oh yeah. I need a rotting weekend.
Oh my gosh.
I can't though. I literally just don't have the time. But okay, so anyways, what's it called? I went to Arizona to visit my twin sister, Emily, who lives in Tucson. Tucson is a smaller airport than Phoenix. Phoenix is like a big airport. I was going to fly into Tucson, so I was going to go, the cheapest way was to go to San Fran, actually, and then, because that's a big airport, and then fly out to Tucson. So I get on my flight. It was United. I still need to get a refund for this, I remember.
Oh.
But anyways, I get on my flight from Seattle, to San Fran.
Yeah.
And I'm like
quick
sitting
flight.
on the plane. Yeah, it should be a quick flight. And I'm sitting on the plane and I have an hour layover in San Fran. So she's tight, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it'll be fine. Everything will work out. Like it usually does. They're like taking their sweet time and they're like getting over the loudspeaker and they're like, hey, so like we're actually going to go bring the plane back to the gate. We just think there might be a small engine issue. Like we're going to, get it checked out and blah, blah, blah. And we'll keep you guys updated, but stay on the plane. I'm like, okay, like hopefully everything's fine. And then we'll just go. And then, 10 minutes later, they're like, okay, we're having engineers look at it. And actually it's looking like it's going to take a little bit more time. We're going to have to fix some stuff. If you guys have connections, you're welcome to leave the plane or you can stay. Hopefully it'll be a quick fix. It's like 5 minutes and I'm like antsy because I'm like, I have a connection in San Fran that's tight. Nobody gets off the plane. I'm looking and I'm like in the window seat and I asked the guy next to me, I'm like, can we still get off the plane? And he's like, yeah. And I didn't know what I was going to do at this point because I still wanted to go to Arizona.
For sure.
So I'm getting off the plane, I'm like calling my sister friend, or I called my sister's fiance and he's like, Alice, there's a flight that's direct to Phoenix. Actually, which is further from them. It's an hour and a half away from them. There's a flight to Phoenix that leaves its Delta. So you have to sprint over to Delta from United. And you need to buy the flight right now because they were about to take off. Sorry. They were about to take off, So I'm literally like buying this flight while running through the airport with my bag. And then my other friend Mel starts calling me at the same exact time just to talk. I've never been so stressed in my life. Like I literally barely made the plane. And then I bought the flight. It was so expensive. The one way was so expensive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck it. Like whatever.
Like
I'll just figure out.
500?
No, it ended up being, I think, like 250. So it wasn't bad.
Not crazy.
Not crazy, but like I already lost the money from the other flight.
Yeah.
But it was just like frustrating. And I was so stressed. And so then I get to the gate and they won't let me check into the flight because it's too late. It's like 10 minutes before it's supposed to like leave. Or maybe 20. There's no one at the no agent.
I hate when that happens.
There.
Yeah.
So then she's like checking people in and I'm like, hey, like I bought this flight, but I'm not checked in. Like, can you help me? She's like, yeah, just go over here. She got everyone on the plane and then she like looked at and helped me out. And I got on the plane and then I got to Phoenix. So thankfully that was good. But
that's so stressful.
It gets better. My sister said that there was a dust storm in Arizona because it was like literally so windy that it brings up all the dust and shit. Because I swear.
Oh, you broke it first. It wasn't me. We have proof that it was not me.
We have proof. I need to do something now that I was the first one to swear. We should make that a thing. Whoever's the first one to swear needs to do something. But we'll think of it.
Okay.
That'll be our challenge. We're gonna be new people. So there's a huge dust storm in Arizona. Of course, the day that I fly in, my sister literally had to pull over on the side of the road because there's zero visibility. All you see is dust. And there was like multiple accidents. I'm like, of course, the day that I come in and like I'm having all these travel issues. But yeah, anyways, I ended up getting there and it ended up being a great trip. And my only complaint is that I couldn't stay longer. It was like really nice.
Yeah. I didn't know that Arizona had dust storms. I guess I know like literally nothing about Arizona, but that's wild.
It was great though. I mean, they have a pool. They have a little hot tub that they bought, but like the pool's like in the ground.
Yeah.
They have a really nice place and it was fun. I really had a great time. So
I want to go to Arizona so bad. I still
I know. It's nice. It's like, you'll see. It's interesting. It's very interesting to go from Washington, where it's green and lush and nature everywhere, to like, we did a hike in Saguaro National Park.
Okay.
It's all the same thing when you look around. Everything's brown.
Like
there's like dust. Yeah. It looks kind of dead, dry.
Yeah.
Like,
very dry.
but it's just like a different landscape than the Pacific Northwest for sure. And probably definitely different than Florida.
Would you
there are some palm trees. Yeah, I would. Just because I want to be like close to my sister. Yeah. But Arizona actually still has a jurisprudence exam that you have to take in person at like a Prometric center.
Oh, yeah. But you could do it in other states.
Yeah, but you have to study for it, and it's not open book.
Florida had that. I had Florida.
What?
Yeah.
Something in me is just like holding me back from taking another exam.
Actually, you remember my Georgia one? Remember when we were texting about it?
Yes.
So it was so much easier than Georgia, which was open book online, because they pretty much gave you all of like the study guides, and it was pretty much like that. Every state's different, but
I know. I'm just like, part of me just doesn't want to do that.
It's just like sucks. Another thing you have to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, also California. Ipo, he actually got his California license like 2 days ago. So hopefully I'll be getting mine soon. So that's exciting.
Yes.
And California actually switched their jurisprudence from, it used to be in person and you have to study, and now it's online, and it's like way better, So Arizona needs to do that.
Our physio friends about California.
Yes. I was going to say that. I was going to tell them now too. That's
slipped it in a little bit.
I can slip it in. We officially can say that our next contract will be in Monterey, California, which is really exciting. It's like a really nice town in California. It's right on the coast. Beautiful.
You want to come?
It's close to like Big Sur. Yeah. Little kind of kicker. I don't know. So normally we would do like a 3-month contract, right? Because we wanted to see as many places as possible. And we were planning to work up until September, until we have to take a month off in Europe to go to Europe. Yeah. But this place, first of all, there were so many applicants and somehow we got the job. It was like a legit interview. They asked us so many questions. Like some of them were really tough. Like one of them was like really on the spot. They were like, what would you bring to the clinic that somebody else wouldn't? And I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I answer that?
Yeah.
So I ended
that's
up
a
kind
good
of saying,
one.
yeah, I said like I speak another language and so does he. And then
Yeah,
he
true.
said he has a lot of like experience with different sports and different like athletes. So having personal experience with athletes really helps when you're working with them.
Yeah.
And I guess they liked our answers because we got the
Yeah.
job.
Nice.
But initially they said they wanted us to do a 6-month contract. So that would mean we'd work for 4 months and then go to Europe and then work for another 2. But because we're splitting it up, they actually said they want us to do 4 and 3. So it'll be 7 total.
So you'll be there for a while. Okay, well, that's kind of
until
nice,
Thanksgiving.
though.
I
That's
know. And
actually
it's
nice.
kind of, it's a relief because I didn't want to
Yeah.
have to be worried about like having to find a job while we're in Europe.
Yeah, and you guys have really been doing like the 3-month and leave thing, like 3-4 month and leave thing. And that's, oh my gosh, so tiring.
Well, yeah, we've been doing some 3, some 4. Like we did one in Washington for like 7. So that was our longest one. But even by then I was kind of like getting antsy to like go somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very excited. We're close to San Francisco. Well, like 2 hours. I think we're closer to San Jose.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And yeah, I'm just happy we got the job because I didn't think we were going to, because there was a lot of applicants. And I'm like, what does make me special, you know, compared to like all the other people that
So many things.
Yeah, I guess. I'm really happy. And now we just have to find housing. And I was looking already and it's like expensive, but it's fine.
Yeah. But that's so exciting. And I can't wait to come visit you since you're going to be there for so long. So I will definitely come to visit you at some point.
Yeah.
This
And we'll
year,
be there in
probably.
the summer
Yeah.
too, which will be nice. So
yeah. Oh my gosh.
we can't get away from the West Coast.
I know.
Like,
you guys love the West Coast.
It's amazing.
But I love having people everywhere so I can visit people everywhere.
And I still need to visit you in Florida. But wait, how long are you living in Florida?
You got till August. Yes.
That's true. And I'm going to be there in
Yes. But I extended, well, I'm still staying in Florida. I'm going to a different clinic, but I'll be here till August. So yeah, I've just been staying in Florida for a while. But I definitely think the next one will be my last one in Florida. Like there's other states I want to get to, and I don't want to get too comfortable here because now I've definitely felt like the comfort kicking in, and I'm like, no, we got to switch it up this year.
You're getting too comfortable. That's a bad thing.
Yes.
Wait, so you would want to do what this one you're going to do in Florida through August. What would you want to do after August?
Texas preferably, like around Austin or Houston.
Okay.
100% around a big city. I'm not going to the middle of nowhere. I refuse.
Yeah.
But yes, I would do Arizona, but I definitely I'm prioritizing Texas. Texas is like the main.
But it would be really fun if we could. It's based in Texas or?
No, they're based out of Georgia. But I was offered New Orleans, and I was like, fuck, that would have been cool.
I know. But I thought about it too. But Texas would be fun, and there's a lot of jobs. Like we wouldn't mind doing one in Texas too. So if we lined it up together, that'd be really fun.
That would be so fun. Oh my gosh, imagine we were both in Texas together.
I know. Too many things to do. I'm like literally this past week, and like I don't have time to work. There's just too many places to see. It just gets in the way. Like, and my job has been a little busy. In my last job, I would have hour-long sessions, and I would have frequent cancels. So I got all my podcast work done during like any free time that I had at work, as long as I was done with my notes. And now I just like literally don't even have a second to like tea or drink my water. I'm like so busy. But anyways, I just don't have time to work. Who does?
I know. I mean, I do not think the 40-hour work week should be illegal. It should be like 32. 32
I think
hours
that's
a week is doable. Yeah, like that makes so much sense. 32 versus 40 is such a huge difference when you think about what you do in a day. I petitioned for a 32-hour full-time work week.
I will be the first person to sign, and then it'll be Hippo.
I told you that I was doing acupuncture. Have I shared this story?
For yourself?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so I was saving it for the pod, but I couldn't remember if I told you about my very first time. So I started doing acupuncture, primarily for like my hormones. And I know that's very general because we have so many hormones, but just like stress, mood swing, cycle regulation. So The biggest thing I noticed with myself in the past couple months was I was getting a lot of mood swings. I would feel crazy. Like it would just kind of suddenly come on and I would be super irritable. And then that would cause me to have like a really bad mood swing where I like could not stop myself from like being irrationally mad or sad or angry. And I was like, what is going on? Like there's something going on internally because that just like is not my normal. I'm on Nexplanon, which is the birth control that goes in your arm. So it's been 1 whole year. This is the 2nd year now, and it lasts for 3 years. And the first year, I do not get my cycle at all. And this happened the last time too. And then now I'm starting to kind of get it back, but it's super irregular. So it's like every 2 months, maybe. Obviously, my body is doing a lot hormonally and trying to regulate itself. But I was like, let me just try some acupuncture and see how that goes. So I had 1 session before going to San Fran, and then I just had 1 session Friday, so 2 days ago. And I definitely noticed a difference between the 2 sessions. Like I didn't really notice mood swings as much, and I feel like more able to regulate, like I guess like more emotional intelligence. Like I don't feel like I have to lash out, or like if I feel a certain way, I don't feel like I need to like cry to like get it out. Or like, you know, any type of outlet. And so I did feel a difference, but it's only been 2 sessions so far. So obviously, like, you need to do these types of things more regularly to actually see the long-term change.
Right.
But it's really interesting because my acupuncturist does master points. So let me backtrack. For anyone who's not familiar with acupuncture, it is traditional Chinese medicine that uses your body's energy flows. They call them, I think, qi. And it's pretty much working on energy flows within the body, and different organs are tied with certain master points and like acupressure points and just systemic flows of energy. And there could be blockages, there could be irritation. And so, for example, like your calf has spleen points, your foot has kidney and liver points. Like there's certain points designated to different things. And so she does a little bit of everything. So she does like my third eye, like right here, and each meridian and like spot is called something. She does one in between my eyebrows at the top of my head. It's like one's like right next to palmaris longus and the wrist, a couple different points on my calf, a couple different points on my foot, and then my belly button.
Does it hurt at all? Oh my God, in your belly button?
No, not in my belly button, right below it.
Okay. I was like, that sounds gross.
It's more superficial. So like dry needling is deeper. It's dry needling acupuncture uses the same exact needles, but dry needling is targeted towards the actual tissue tension, whereas acupuncture is the energy flows in the body. But certain points hurt, others don't. And my most painful points is my spleen 6, which is like a master point. And it gets so freaking sensitive. And I'm like, I need to do more research because I'm like, why is that one specifically so triggering? And like, she didn't even do my right side the last time for spleen 6 because it was so like triggering for me.
Where is it? It's on the ankle?
I'm going to show you. So it's like right in here. So the inside of the lower calf, there's the spleen points are like along here. And then there's like one, so these points here. Super triggering. Want to do more research on what that means, but...
Wait, sorry. Okay. Yeah, that is a really interesting... I actually wanted to talk about one other thing, kind of, sort of, ish related, but I don't know why this reminded me of it. But okay, I saw you commented on one of these TikToks. It was a guy who went... You probably know what I'm talking about. If you watch the whole video, but he went to the chiropractor. And do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Yeah, he went to the chiropractor and
he got
his
C6?
back adjusted. Yeah. Yes. And he went and got his back adjusted. Everything was fine. And then they got to his neck and they kept saying, like, you're really tight. Like, you're not really cracking well in the first try. Yes. So then they did a really, really strong manipulation on his neck. And immediately he felt horrible. He broke out in sweats. And I think this reminded me because it's like different kind of like care and stuff. That was like crazy because that's not the first time I've heard stories like that. And I just saw you commented on it. And honestly, like a lot of patients do ask me about chiropractic care.
All the time.
Acupuncture actually too.
Yeah, same actually.
I really do love acupuncture actually, because it's like traditional medicine, and I love like holistic, traditional medicine.
For sure.
That was just wild to me. And he's been having issues. He's like a big influencer on TikTok, and
Yeah.
he like hasn't been able to make videos. He like lost strength in his leg or his arm, and they told him that he might need to do like a surgery. He might need to do like a fusion, and he was like, "I'm 33 years old. I'm not doing fusion. Excuse me."
No.
And he's been in physical therapy, and he didn't want to sue them because like
I was like, bro, you better sue. I would sue.
No, like they're not gonna lose their life. Well, it depends. It depends on if they're gonna lose their license or not. But you know what? They shouldn't be doing that to everybody else too.
Yeah.
Because that's like, that could have been much worse. And then I was reading through the comments, and people were saying multiple crazy stories, like
so many stories,
so many strokes, so many vertebral artery dissections. It's just so wild. Like, I do really like and I respect chiropractors, but there's certain people that are not appropriate for cervical adjustments. Like, we learn them in school, doesn't mean we need to use them,
Yeah. I mean, we can do all that stuff too. I just choose not to because I don't think it's needed.
No, I don't do cervical adjustments.
I don't ever do adjustments.
Oh, really?
If they crack, I don't do any. But a lot of times, like with thoracic, like your mid back, like if I get them into certain mobility work,
it'll just crack.
If they're tight, they're gonna crack anyway. So
exactly,
same thing.
Yeah, but that was so wild to me.
That is wild
because I've heard so many stories about that.
I know. I felt so bad for him. I was like, "Oh, I'll be your PT," but you have a PT, so you're good.
Yes, yeah. No, but I saw you comment on it, so I'm like, I know she saw it.
But yeah, like I love. Obviously, we need a combination of like Eastern and Western medicine, but for like going back to the acupuncture stuff like that, like for what I was feeling, I'm not gonna go to a medical doctor and say I'm feeling this and this and get prescribed a medication for they would probably do like an antidepressant or anxiety or something like that. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to try a holistic route.
Yeah.
Right. And it honestly wasn't that expensive. Like my eval and treat was $150 and each session is $90. And I'm like, honestly, that's totally fine for me. Like I can definitely afford that. And
it's just sad that our insurance is not going to cover it. And I remember when I went to my holistic doctor.
Actually, there are some insurance plans that everyone listening, please check your insurance plans because some insurances are so good that they will cover acupuncture. I have a family friend who gets like maybe 12 acupuncture treatments a year with her insurance. So check your insurance because you never know.
Because then you're just letting that go to waste.
Yeah. And it could be like maybe $30 with a copay. Everyone has different insurance. So check that out because you never know what your plan includes because a lot of the times they don't tell us what our plans fully include.
Submit the receipt to your insurance and see if they will cover it.
Yes. Oh my God. Wait, one more thing about the spleen point. So that point is a master point. And if you're pregnant, you are not supposed to do that point because it stimulates your uterus and ovaries and like reproductive system pretty much to contract.
Wow.
Yeah. And I felt it.
Really?
The very first time I did it, I was laying on my side and I was like, my like left abdomen, like lower abdomen feels really weird. And she was like trying to get me to explain what it felt like. And honestly, I was like, I don't even know what this feels like, but it feels like a, she was like, did it feel like a cramp? And I'm like, actually, yeah, it does feel like a cramp. And I could like literally feel my like insides like pulsing and like, it felt so weird. It was so, it was crazy.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I think Eastern medicine is good for like overall health and like more chronic conditions. And I think Western medicine is better for emergencies. Like, let's say you have a break. Let's say you have a fracture. Let's say you have like something, an infection, maybe. I don't know. Just like stuff that's really, really acute and you need to stabilize someone. Okay, Western medicine is good. But for overall health and more chronic conditions and like emotional stuff too, like mental health disorders. Yeah. Let's not, like I think it's, like they immediately put people on medication and like there's natural stuff that you can use. There's so many like things that you can do. And that's why I really like holistic medicine. Yeah. It'd be cool to like honestly go and like learn about it like overseas, I think.
I want to go to India and learn more about Ayurveda so badly.
That'd be cool.
But Ayurveda is like in Indian traditional medicine in a way. It's kind of like their version of Chinese medicine. It's just, that region.
Well, like even, exactly. Even like antibiotics, was it penicillin that was found in like Peoria, Illinois, which is really crazy. I think it was in Peoria, Illinois. Weird. And that's where I went to college. They found it in like a moldy cantaloupe. And I forgot exactly the story, but a lot of drugs come from natural things. Or they, or they have really similar composition to natural things. And so that's why it's like, why don't we just use natural things? For hundreds of years, people were using like plants and herbs and tinctures and whatever to treat things. But anyways, we like talked about that in the last video too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't get too far in the hole.
Yeah. I know. That's what I'm like, divert. I did want to say, actually, because we were talking about travel before too.
Yeah.
March is a little bit crazy for me.
It really is.
Yeah. So I went to Arizona last weekend. I'm actually currently filming in Whistler, British Columbia, in Canada. We are here for my boyfriend's 30th birthday, and we went skiing yesterday, and it was great. It's just really nice out here. It's been kind of rainy today, but yesterday was like snowing, and it was so beautiful. Like we were inside this bar, and everybody's just so nice. And we were talking to these people at the table next to us, and we got a nice dinner. It's only 4 hours away, and Whistler,
that's just like next state over.
Yes, I know, just like hop over. And so it's just really nice, and we're staying here till Tuesday, so it's honestly gonna be pretty relaxing. It snowed yesterday 18 inches, so that's
oh my gosh, I don't even know what that even feels like anymore.
Yeah, to ski in, I know. Oh yeah, you're in Florida.
Just to even be around snow. I literally have not been around snow in like 2 years.
I know. It's actually really beautiful and peaceful when it's like falling in big chunks like that. It was beautiful. And then today it's snowing 13 to 15 inches. So there's just so much snow, and I've never skied in like powder. Like usually it's like when I was in Colorado, it was like smooth. It was a sunny day. It was beautiful.
I see.
Well, yesterday it was like so much powder. I kept falling, but it would just absorb my fall because like so soft. It was great. And the runs were long. Like it took us at least probably 10 minutes to get down, but it's because they kept falling. Yeah. It like, I mean, it shouldn't have taken 10 minutes, but it did. Because my ski kept popping off because it was not tight enough. It was really fun. We're staying in a nice hotel, and they have an outdoor hot tub, and there's like shopping. Also, Lululemon and Aritzia are based in Canada. So
I didn't know that.
Yes. And the cool thing is right now the Canadian dollar is worth like 70%. Wait, hold on. So the 70 cents of American would be $1 in Canadian. So basically the Canadian dollar is really low right now. And Aritzia and Lulu don't change the prices American versus Canadian. So if something's like $98 American at Lulu, it's technically in Canada, it's 64 American, 98 Canadian, if that makes sense.
Wow.
So they don't change their price. So that means it's like 30% off here. And I'm like, I might go shopping.
I wonder if you can get a discount still, because I also have a discount code you can use.
You can, yes. Right now they don't do the discount on their sale items anymore.
Oh, yeah.
If you use the discount in Canada,
they took that away.
That was rude. Yeah,
I know. I was like, the fuck, you're not gonna tell anybody.
And it's rude that they don't give it to physical therapists. Like I have convinced them once before to give it to me as a PT. Technically, to get the Sweat Collective, you have to be a personal trainer or something like that, not a like medical professional. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Like, any like instructor. Like I got it through yoga, like because I was a yoga teacher.
You be a certified personal trainer.
Yeah. But dang, so you going shopping?
I know, I want to. I'm like, I mean, it is 30% off. It's
let me know when you go, because I will see you very soon. So let me know.
Yes.
We've had so much travel. Literally last weekend, I was like, I don't want to do shit. I was home alone because my boyfriend was back home visiting his family. And on Saturday, I kid you not, I slept for 12 hours. And then I stayed in bed for probably another 10 hours and did nothing. Wow. I was like, it was a super lazy day. And I was like, I just can't do anything right now.
That sounds amazing. And I think something's wrong with me because I legit can't do that. Like
I couldn't on Sunday.
I just can't, but I need to. I know I need to, but my ADD doesn't let me. And like, I always have a mental list running in my head of like, shit, I need it. Okay, stuff.
I know.
I need it.
It's no, I feel you. And like the whole time too, like I definitely felt guilty, but I was like, I
Yes.
literally cannot, like I need to absolutely do nothing. I've been looking forward to it so much
Yes.
that like
yes, you need
I
it.
didn't even look at my phone for real. I didn't even go on social media. I was like, I just need to box
Yes.
myself in my bed with the TV and have some food.
But you
and
probably felt so much better, and
it
your
was
body was
amazing.
telling you it needed those 12 hours of sleep. That you slept for
Yeah.
half a day.
I did.
That
I
sounds
did.
amazing. I've definitely had those days where I like literally slept like 12 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, I didn't realize I was that tired. It's usually Friday night into Saturday to me.
Yes.
After
same.
4:10s, I'm like wiped out.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everyone should dedicate like one day a month to running.
Yes, I agree. Well, okay, I'm thinking now. So next weekend is St. Patrick's Day.
Do you do anything for that?
Well, we want to go to Seattle. So me and my coworkers want to go to Seattle. There's like,
Okay.
I think 5 of them that want to go. And then one of my coworkers is bringing her 2 roommates. And then we might bring one of our friends. So we want to get like a big group and do like a bar crawl. Because I don't think we did anything last year.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know where were we in March of last year? Was it Hawaii? We were in Hawaii. Were we? I don't even know, whatever. This year they're like, let's do a bar crawl. And I'm like, okay, sure. So we're gonna do that Saturday. So that's not gonna be a rotting day.
True.
I need to go grocery shopping. I need a meal prep. Maybe Monday will be my grocery shopping meal prep and we'll just film Sunday. So yeah, Sunday, rot day.
Nice. We need the rot
We'll
days.
check in and see if that actually happened.
Yeah.
Love
All
it.
right. Well, should we get into questions?
Yeah, we kind of have a couple.
Yes. So we got a couple of questions through like social media. You guys just like messaging us and whatnot. We also, don't forget, we have a form in our notes that you can also submit more questions to.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to read the first one. All right. Shout out Justin. Hey, love the podcast. Y'all are very helpful. I was wondering if you've ever experienced coworkers being resentful towards you because they knew you were making more money than them. Which, valid, because I have heard, like, especially in nursing, I've heard it more. Like, I remember even Mercedes talked about it. But personally, for me, I genuinely don't think that a lot of people know how much more I make than them.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't think they really know in terms of PT. So I don't think they really think about it that much unless I tell them. But I have not experienced anything from my coworkers, but I have felt something from one manager in particular, especially because I was a traveler. She just expected me to see more and do anything that she asked and all of the things. Like I didn't have my own boundaries or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the only thing I've really experienced. What about you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate with the manager because it's like they are the ones that are supposed to make you feel, I mean, everyone's supposed to make you feel welcome. Like you're filling a need too.
Mm-hmm.
You're helping out the clinic. You are picking up and uprooting your own life to go and serve this clinic and this company. So that's like, is very unfortunate that manager was a little like,
I know.
Like that. But yes, for sure. Especially, I think I've been at a lot, and this is my 6th job. So I've been at a lot of different clinics, different areas. And there was like one incident in particular where I did have a coworker be like out in front of everyone, be like, well, you make more money, so we should keep, because he was doing evaluations.
Oh, yes. I remember that comment.
And I think he was joking, but at the same time, it's like, that's not professional to have said in front of.
He was not joking. He said that with his chest.
And
it did not come from a great place.
Right. And it is true. Yes. We do make more money. And we'll get into that because there was a question, I think, that asked it. We can answer that question after this one, I think, because it'll be like a good segue. Yes, we do make more money, but you also have to keep in mind we are duplicating income payments, right? So we are still paying rent at home. You're supposed to be. And, you are living usually in expensive places. The rent is not cheap of the places we have to rent because we're renting through Furnish Finder. So it has to be a furnished place, and you have to uproot your life. It's definitely a lot more stressful than staying at the same job and being really comfortable. Like we move every couple months. Do you want to do that? If you have a family, that's really hard to do. Not everybody's able to do that. And we're grateful that we can. But I definitely have had some coworkers either give weird vibes. Some people just don't even try to like make friends with travelers because they're like, you're getting more money and you're only here temporarily. So like, it's a waste of my time to like kind of, that's a vibe I get. They've never said that,
That's
but there's
fair.
definitely
Yeah.
been some people that like don't even really like make an effort to talk to you. My current clinic, such a good vibe. Everyone's so nice and they're so grateful that, because there's 6 travelers at my clinic because
Oh my God, that's so many.
we don't have a clinic manager actually. They got
But
fired
6
before I got
travelers?
there
That's wild.
because all the
They must have
PTs
been
left the clinic.
struggling.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm about to
They
say,
left to
they
other clinics
struggling.
or they left to other companies. So they had to really fill a need. And they're just so grateful
Yeah.
that we're there. And it's like, it's tough when you do have coworkers that don't welcome you because you already are coming to a new place. Sometimes you can be on your own. Sometimes you're traveling with a partner. And when you have like hostility like that in your work environment, it's just not welcoming, you know, and you're just trying to help. You're trying to have fun. Travelers are usually pretty easygoing. So
Yeah.
it's just weird. Like, why would it, that wouldn't happen in any other workplace, like in business? You know, there's like people that make more
True.
money than you. And are you being like hostile to them because of it? No. So
Yeah.
I think that like that is unfortunate, but yes, it definitely does happen in PT as well.
Those people that are like rude or give any type of hostility, they just wish they could be travelers, but can't.
Exactly.
So
Yes. I know.
they're
I'm
just
like,
jealous.
do you want to uproot your life and you have 2 young kids? Do you want to move every couple months? It's stressful, like in a good way. It's good stress, but it is stressful. And I do think that some people definitely out there that hate on it, like actually low key wish that they could be doing it as well.
Totally.
Anyways, so yeah, we hit on a little bit of salary, but we did get a question, right? We said, hi. I don't know who submitted this, but hi. I hope you're doing good. How much does a physical therapist get paid?
Yes. Let's get into salaries
Mel
and payment.
has numbers for you guys.
I do.
I don't track this like how you do, honestly, but I can still give you guys some information. But you go ahead first because you have like hard numbers.
Yes. So when I first started traveling, so I started my job June of 2023. I wanted to track every payment I got just to compare it and just really know the numbers, honestly. So when I first signed on with my company, I got a sign-on bonus, my salary, my living stipend, and a traveler bonus, which the system has changed a little bit now in terms of payment, but this was my first year. So I pretty much had 4 like buckets of money. So original sign-on bonus, traveler bonus was every 3 months. And then on top of that, you would also get like bonuses, incentives with like patient care, like if you got certain numbers. So I also got a little bit of that too. Stipend is non-tax. So that automatically adds 24,000 at least to my yearly pay.
Yeah.
Non-taxed, which is great. And then because I'm internal physical therapist, I get a salary. So that's all separate. So after I calculated June 2023 to June 2024, before taxes, before anything, my total for the year was 1,202. Yeah, pretty much. And then after taxes, after I got my refund, unfortunately, the bonuses get taxed so much more. So that really sucks. But thankfully, they changed that. So my second year, I don't really have that. But after all the taxes, I made 100K flat.
That's amazing.
So, yes.
Yeah, because I was going to say also for you, wait, so you got 120,000 and after tax you got 100. Yeah.
Yes.
So like not all of your income was taxed, which is the beautiful thing of travel.
Exactly. Because the only thing that was like stipends are not taxed for any type of travel jobs. Like no matter what profession you're in, the stipend should never be taxed.
Yes.
So compared to literally some of our friends' salaries, and I know the starting rate for new grads is usually between 75 to 80,000. I mean, that's a significant difference right there.
And that's not take home. That's gross.
Yes, that's gross.
Before tax.
Yes. So for my company, a typical new grad is making between 75 to 80K. depending, obviously, it can kind of fluctuate, but I think the minimum for right now is 75K, and then you can get up to like 85 just depending on specialties and whatnot. And obviously there's a lot of factors, but that is the range, 75 to 85. That's before taxes. Okay.
I know, that's wild.
That's a pretty significant difference.
And this is why so many people are thinking about doing travel, because honestly, like, we've talked about this before, but we will say it time and time again, that the level of the degree that we have to get and the years of schooling and the expense of education right now to some people is not worth, like, the level of debt and student loans they have to take out is not worth getting paid 75, 80K gross as a new grad out of school. So we're seeing more and more travel PTs, travel nurses, everyone, PTs, nurses choose travel, even to pay off their like
occupational therapy.
Yes. So you guys, we cannot stress this enough. Even if you think that you're possibly interested in travel, you could even do a phone call with us. I've like been doing some phone calls with people that are interested
too.
Because it is just so great. If you want to travel the country, if you want to just explore new places, we want you guys to be able to get that opportunity. And another thing, you only have to commit to 3 months. Okay. If you sign a contract for 3 months, absolutely hate it, realize it's not for you, guess what? You can move back home. So it's not a short-term commitment. If you want to try it, it is so great. I love it. I love it so much. I seriously can't say enough good things about travel. Like, I'm so happy I did it. At first, I told myself, oh, I'm only going to travel for a year. And now we're like 2 years almost traveling, and we don't plan to stop anytime soon. I know, we
both said that, and I don't feel like stopping yet.
No. Oh my gosh. I mean, I just like can't imagine going to like a perm pay with that. So I need to do some negotiating.
Totally.
But anyways, we do have a lot in our link tree. If you guys go there on Instagram, we do have a recruiter recommendations Google form, and you can fill out your information, your email, what kind of travel you're interested, internal versus external. We have a whole explanation about that and a whole episode on that. But we really want to get you, not all recruiters are created equally. So we have some really good recruiters that we worked with, some that we didn't really like as much and probably wouldn't recommend to you guys. So we really want to make sure that we're connecting with good people and getting you good contracts, because some contracts might change your experience with travel. So yeah. We love it though. We love travel so much.
Yeah. But like, remember when we had that episode where we talked about that one starting salary in New York was literally 55 for a new grad? Like,
I still can't believe that.
Make more than double that, which is crazy.
And you didn't even mention this, but you did take a month off in Greece.
Yes. I took time off.
That's with taking a month off. At least for me, when I take time off, I don't get paid. Like, we don't get PTO with external
I don't
travel
get
PTO,
either.
But it's fine because you're making more money. And the people that make 80K a year, that's with their PTO for 2 weeks.
And so like before taxes.
Before taxes, exactly. So you get PTO, but like, we don't need our PTO, because even with taking a month off unpaid, we're still making over 100K. And honestly, like, the salary is a huge benefit, actually.
Yes.
It really is. And the fact that you get to travel and explore new places, like, I also noticed another thing that I love with travel PT is that, like, a lot of our friends that live in Chicago still, they just have the Midwest, they have this urge to just get the heck out. I didn't swear. And so they just want to get out. Like, they're desperate. And when you travel and when you're in a new place, you don't really get the urge to travel, I guess, like outside of your destination, because you're already exploring and you're already in a new place. Anyways, we love travel PT, travel everything. Yes. Yeah.
But there you go. I finally said how much I made after not seeing it for
I'm like
a while.
surprised. Honestly, I could tell you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just too lazy to even like go through all of that. And
no, that's fair. I was like dedicated to it. So
yes, I can definitely tell you that in the past year, like from now until a year ago, I've made over 100K take home as well.
100%. You're guaranteed 6 figures with travel.
Yes, and
no matter what profession.
Yes, and
if you work for majority of the year. Yeah.
Yes, I was gonna say I took a month off in that time too. So I took a week off, and then 2 weeks off. So total a month. And yeah, it is a little stressful sometimes when you're not getting income. And like, I'm a little stressed, not gonna lie, because I'm taking 6 weeks off in this year, but it's fine. And when else are you gonna be able to take a month off?
Yeah.
Like,
and just go to Europe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like most people that are working for a permanent clinic, hospital, whatever, they probably, my guess, wouldn't be happy with you taking a month off. Some places might let you.
Yeah.
Some places, no. There was someone who said that they are very undecided about the femoral nerve block. I know it can cause complications. What are your thoughts? I haven't done my research. Yeah, that is a good question. I haven't done my research like with numbers and overall, but from what I've seen with patients that have femoral nerve blocks, they've done okay and they actually have like a lot less pain. And none of mine have ever had complications, but that's not a ton of people. But I have been noticing that they do more femoral nerve blocks after like for surgeries and stuff. But yeah, no complications. Usually there's just like a little, is it a catheter? It's like a little tube and then they just like kind of, I think, take it out on their own. Usually it's like for hip or knee replacements, I believe. But some doctors do it, some don't. It depends. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, that's fair. Because I wonder if she means ablation.
Oh.
That's what I was wondering, because there's a couple different methods, but if it's an ablation where they like literally like zap the nerve to desensitize it, that is a little different. And I don't know how I feel about those, because a lot of the times I haven't seen femoral ones. I've seen more like sciatic and like posterior chain ones. Like lower lumbar. I feel like people still have pain. So
yeah,
I think that it is more of a last resort thing. Like if nothing else works, then you can always try that.
Yes.
But with if we
didn't answer your question correctly, give us more detail if you're listening right now, and we'll address it next time.
Yeah. But you just have to be kind of careful with those, just because what is the root cause of the pain, Like it always comes back to what is the reason. So it really just depends on what the root cause is. I always recommend to my patients, like, get a second opinion, because you literally never know. If you just listen to one person for everything, like we want to get all different angles. So get a second, maybe even third opinion. Do your research, and like last resort, like, and has anything else been tried is what I'm wondering too. So that is my take.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, last question.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, so this person asked 2 questions within one. So how about having your own clinic, and is neurological physiotherapy common there? I think this person is not from the United States. I think that they're trying to come to the United States, but not 100% certain.
I see.
But in terms of having your own clinic, that's a whole other discussion. And we actually plan to have a guest on that started their own clinic as a new grad coming up this month. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a really good episode for anyone in healthcare, the therapies, whatever, that wants to open up their own clinic as a new grad. So that will be a really good episode. We'll address a lot of those questions. In terms of neurological physiotherapy, yes, that is honestly, and most of our professors would say this, but all physical therapy is neurological physical therapy, because it all involves a neuromuscular approach and nervous system approach. So honestly, anything can be called neurophysical therapy. But there is a huge specialty of neurophysical therapy, and you can do that in multiple settings. Like pediatrics technically counts as neuro, but then you also have like stroke, spinal cord injury, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, like MS, ALS, all of those, and even vestibular system dysfunction, which is within inner ear. Even concussions can count as neurophysical therapy. So there is a huge realm of neurophysical therapy. I've treated a lot of neuro, and I definitely like go into clinics saying like I do neuro as well. So usually they'll throw the neuro patients at me, because most outpatient places are more ortho focused.
Yeah, that's one thing I was gonna say too, is that I know that a majority of travel PT contracts, at least I've seen, are usually ortho, but then they'll get some neuro as well. If you are interested in neuro PT, you can definitely ask that on the interview. Like, is it possible that I would get, 50% of my caseload in neuro because that's my like topic of interest? There's certain clinics that do have a lot of neuro heavy caseload. So maybe they could place you in that clinic if that's what you're interested in. I would say I do 25% neuro. A lot of it is like balance and falls. That counts as neuro. And a lot there, we have some patients that have had previous strokes. You could do vestibular, like you said. And then, I just realized I evaluated a toe walker, and then I haven't seen her since.
A kid or?
It was a kid, yeah. But she was like 5 or 6, maybe.
Okay.
But I just realized I haven't seen her since. So anything like pediatrics is technically considered neuro too. So there's like still, you could do a lot of different things in travel as well. It doesn't just have to be outpatient ortho. Like there's skilled nursing facilities. There's so many jobs in skilled nursing facilities. You just have to be careful because some can have really high productivity rates, but then also some that I've talked to from my travel PT friends, they've been like really chill skilled nursing facilities or SNFs. That's what we call them, SNFs. So yeah, there's so much different variety in the healthcare field and so many different types of patients that you could see. Yeah.
Pretty much anything that you can think of neurological, like we can treat and manage. And
that actually reminds me, right now I'm treating a patient that, I would call cauda neuro. It's something that starts as an orthopedic condition, right? So cauda is when you have like the nerves that kind of go down in the spinal cord, the conus medullaris, which is basically the end of your spinal cord. And then you have your cauda which is like the nerves coming down to the legs and like the pelvic area and stuff. So basically I had this patient that had a herniated disc and then it turned into cauda equina. So then the disc was affecting the nerve. So it went from a musculoskeletal injury to a neurological injury. And now they're experiencing like weakness, things like that. And that's what I love about travel too. I could like make a whole video of why I love travel, but I feel like I've seen such a variety of conditions when usually people will be like, oh, you're never going to stay in PT school. They'll be like, you're never going to see
these are so rare.
These are so rare. And because we're bouncing clinics and going to so many different places, I've seen it all. And I've seen so many different things used and so many different treatment methods. And I love it because I think it's making me a much better, like well-rounded therapist. So
100% agreed. But yes, anything neuro is huge with the PT world. So, and even OT, like, and speech pathologists work with a lot of like any of those kind of fields of healthcare can do a lot of neuro. And there's opportunities too.
Yeah. Well, okay. That wraps up this week's Break Room Talks episode. That one went by so quick.
It did.
These are some of our favorite episodes.
I love these episodes.
Yeah. We get
Sometimes
to chat.
I'm like, I don't want to talk about anything healthcare and just like chat.
We can. I think people would like that. But yeah, we just love to chat with you guys and with each other.
Yeah.
And I guess listen to you guys chat, not chat with you guys. But yeah, we love talking about our lives and updating you guys on our adventures. And we also love kind of taking the time and also answering your guys' questions because like we said, we want to be a resource for you guys because it's different than just Googling something or asking ChatGPT, right? But as always, don't forget to follow us on Spotify or Apple or wherever you guys are listening to us from. And you want to really get updated and reminded because every Tuesday we've been putting out an episode. We've been really good about being consistent and we've been consistent since we started. So we're always putting out an episode every week. We're halfway through, I think this is 26 or what is it? 27? 26.
Yes, 26.
So we're actually half a year in to do.
Oh my God,
half
literally
a year.
Half a year. Oh, that's so crazy.
So that's wild that we've like really been good about sticking through it and have not missed a single week. We're doing this for you guys.
Yes.
And yeah, so speaking of new episodes, like Mel had mentioned, we will be interviewing Dr. Odell Miller, who is or was a new grad physical therapist that opened up his own like private practice clinic based in Michigan. This will be a very interesting episode for those of you that are interested in just opening up a business. And he has so many good tips, and he's like such a role model for me. I feel like everyone tells you, do not do travel as a new grad, and definitely don't open up a clinic as a new grad. And guess what? He did it. So
Yep.
I'm excited for that episode. And yeah, we look forward to it next week.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.